This is another form of combining SAS datasets called match merging. So in match merging, what I'm going to do is replace some stuff as we were doing before. Let's see what happens. I've got two variables x, y here, and then two variables u and v here in the original datasets. So I'm not really going to replace anything because all of the variables are unique. One thing to point out when I run this is that I do need to have my data sorted. Because my original datasets are already sorted, 1, 3, 4, the IDs are sorted, and 1, 2 here, I don't actually have to run these procedures. So I'm going to leave them out for the rest of the program, but know that you need to sort this before you can merge by ID. So I'm saying these things have some sort of ID number, and I want to put these things together by their ID numbers. So if this is ID number 1, and this is ID number 1, the idea is that those two things are coming from the same observation. I'm recording separate variables in the two data sets though, so when I put them together I don't really want to overwrite anything with anything. And that's what I do. You can see for this first observation, he's in both data sets, so I have information on him for all 4 variables. Everybody else though is unique for the 2 data sets. So that's what happened with the basic match merge. Now, if some of the variables are the same, for example, I've got an x and a y here, and an x and a v here, when I merge by ID number, I'm going to overwrite the stuff in the original dataset, which is the XY dataset, with the stuff in the new dataset, the second one listed in the B. So that for this first observation, for variable x, I'm going to have the value 10 instead of the value 1, which is what we had originally. So let me run this. And again, in general, you would need a proc sort. My data is already sorted. So you can see that x variable for ID number 1 got overwritten by the second data set. And then if you merge in the opposite order, you should have the same thing, except for this variable, the x variable for this first observation is going to be a 1 instead of a 10. Also notice that the variables are going to be in a different order. That's okay. Same idea. If you wanted to switch around the order of the variables in the print, you could do that in the proc print. Now, if you have multiple copies of the same ID, for example, say I have observation number 1, and then I have observation number 2 3 times in there, so I've got 3 copies of this observation